In this video, you'll learn how to deploy an application packaged in a Genero Archive file and secure it with the Genero Identity Provider, or GIP. You can access the GIP through the GAS Demos page. You'll find the links to GIP services and APIs here in this section. You run the starter application to install and configure the GIP. Running the starter application also creates the admin user, the first user in your GIP environment. You can only run the starter application once. Use the console application to manage the GIP. Deploy and secure applications with the deployment application, and configure file sharing with the shared file application. Here in the console application, you can manage users, groups, and security settings. Use the Users menu to add and manage users. Here's the admin user created while running the starter application, and you can see 2 additional users added since then for this demo, a deploy user and a standard user. To get started, log in to the deployment application. This example will use the deploy user you saw earlier. This user has the permissions or scopes needed to access the deploy menu. Select Genero Archives and browse for a Genero Archive or GAR file. The GAR file you see here is an archive of the price application that comes with the Ghost Client Quick Start. Click the Enable button to enable the deployed application. Now you can run it. A secure application restricts access to authenticated users. Right now, the price application isn't secure. Notice there's no login request, and any user can start it. To secure the application, you need to return to the deployment app. The application must be disabled before you can secure it with the Secure button. Once it's secured, you can re-enable it. Now if you launch the application, the SSO login page requests a username and password. User A is the standard user you saw earlier in the console application. This user can access the application because it's configured to do so. To see how this works, start back in the Deploy application where you can view and manage the application configuration. On the Manage Genero Archives page, select the application you want to manage and click Configure. In the Scopes section, you see that authorization is set for role.user, a predefined application scope intended for standard users. Only users with this scope can access this application. User A, then, must have the role.user scope configured to be able to run the price application. To see how User A is configured, you'll need to log back in to the console app. In Users, Manage Users, you can select a user to manage his permissions and groups. Select Permissions to see scopes configured for the user. You can see here that the role.user scope is selected for User A. Notice that it's grayed out. That means the scope is inherited from a group the user belongs to and can't be managed here. Groups provide an easy way to manage scopes for a group of users. When you add a user to a group, it inherits all the scopes configured for that group. To see which groups User A belongs to, go back a level and select Groups. GIP provides the 3 default groups shown: Administrator, Supervisor, and User. User A belongs to the User group. To see the scopes configured for the user group, Go back to the main menu and select Groups, Manage Groups. Select the user group to see its configuration. Role.user is selected here. User A gets this scope because he's a member of this group. It's important to understand the concept of group permissions when configuring access to applications and services. To investigate these concepts a bit further, you can try logging in as the deploy user. This time, an Access Denied page is returned. Why can't the deploy user access the application? To find out, you need to check what scope the application has and then see if the user deploy is a member of a group with this scope. A minute ago, you saw that the price application requires the scope role.user, so there's no need to check that part again. All that's left to do is check to see if the deploy user is a member of the role.user group. Open the console app and select Users, then Manage Users. Double-click on Deploy to open, then select Groups to see which groups the user belongs to. The deploy user isn't a member of the user group, and that's why it can't access the price application. To learn more about securing applications with GIP, see the Genero Application Server User Guide.